Alright, so new season coming up. Obviously I want to ride the best bike for me. KTMs wasn't my deal before, but they've got a whole new chassis, whole new bike. So I really wanted to test them out. Brisbane Motorcycles is now a KTM dealer. So I just wanted to ride the 450, but they bring out 250, 350, 450. So why not? I'm going to jump on them all. I'm super interested to see the difference between 350 and 450. And then I may as well jump on the 250 just to have a bit of fun. But yeah, we'll go see what we reckon. So this one's definitely too far forward. This is your bike, mate.
Which one's this?
I don't know, but Jack's on the other one. Is this yours?
Yeah.
Yeah.
These factory riders and their settings, you know.
Gotta be right.
Literally every dirt bike I've had, how it comes from the dealership is how I ride it until I sell it.
Yeah.
No suspension clickers, no lever position changes.
Same for you, yeah, Jeff?
Yeah.
What'd you get?
I should have not reset.
53 something. 57 first one. I got held up by lappers. I was like, come on, like trying to go. But man, there's not much fun I hate than throwing a 250 around. Like, I still don't think I want to race one really, but it's so much fun. Like, you're just revving the hell out of it everywhere, and it's like sort of feels, even on the slippery stuff, it's like you don't have to respect it so much. You can just send it, which is fun. But I'm super interested to see. I don't know if I'm going to go any faster than that. So yeah, we'll just see how the other bikes handle with that little less power. I blew my arms up. Alright, so going out 350 now. I'm going to do them all back to back to back. I'll probably do like a roll lap or half a roll lap in between to get a little bit of a feel. But they all, like, chassis wise feel the same. It's just how they handle with the different power. And trying to control the power on these slippery surfaces too, so I don't know, see how we go. Got a 152 then, so that's fastest lap time, and it surprised me because it didn't feel that good. But I think it's just, it's got that traction out of the corners, and like you can run a tall gear, like you want to run the taller gear on the 250 but you can't, you got to rev it out. Whereas this will, like, you can run it, you can get aggressive but it won't break traction, it'll still drive. And it's like you don't really feel like you're lacking power. I thought 350 you might feel like, oh yeah, but I still want more. Honestly, I don't really want any more power than what I just had then, so I actually really like that. It'll be interesting to see. Even when I like lent it in and got aggressive, the 450 you're like, oh, you're scared of it a little bit. Whereas I was scared then, but I had no reason to be because it didn't react, it sort of just kept driving straight. So I'm keen to see with the 450 if it gives me that same sort of feeling, or if it does go back to feeling like you got a truck between your legs. 450 up last. Theoretically I should be fastest on this because like it's what I've been used to, but honestly it's sort of hard with how I rode then to think about where I'm going to go faster. So I'm interested to see, like obviously the 350 felt slower and it went faster, so maybe the 450 will be the same, but we'll see. Alright, so, oh, we got Jack starting the lap. Hold on. The lap time hasn't even started yet.
He was going good, yeah.
Alright, we'll try that again. So, did 250, got a 154, 350, a 152, and then 450, a 154. So, fastest on the 350. I'm a little bit disappointed because I definitely did get held up on the 450s. But definitely like I wasn't as good either on the 450. I was just that extra power. I don't know if it was just because I was off the slower bikes, but you can't be impatient. Like I was trying to get on the gas and accelerate and go hard, and out of all the turns I was shooting wide, or getting stood up, or I'd like overdo it and come in the inside. But it was good just to do the 3 and like really feel the comparison. The one thing that's got me questioning stuff now is like that 350 was pretty good, but I still feel like I really enjoyed the 450 power. I just wasn't able to, in those 2 laps, like I had 2 sprint laps, so I just lost my head and just went for it. And I didn't use the 450 like a 450, so I still feel like I'm quickest on the 450 even though lap times didn't show it. So that might sound a little bit biased, which I guess it probably is, but yeah, I don't really know what to say. I overrode the 450 a little bit. The 350 did surprise me. I've been saying like I don't like them, but it was pretty good. Alright, all wrapped up here now. Got 3 bikes in. So started out on the 350 is what I did like my warm-up laps and stuff on. And being the 23 model, like it's a whole new bike for KTM, so I was super interested just to see if it felt like a whole new bike. But to me it still feels like a KTM. Like your Honda's got a Honda feel, Yamaha's got a Yamaha feel, KTM's got a KTM feel, and it definitely didn't lose that. And like the one thing I did feel though was the difference from the older bike is I found to be able to find the rut with the front tyre was a little bit easier on the new model, even with like full stock air forks, everything. So that was really cool part about it. The engine's super strong. Like even the 350, I was super surprised with how strong that engine was. It was like I've rode one previously and I felt like it was just a little bit faster 250, whereas now it's still got, it feels a bit more like that 450 torque, but it's not as aggressive. So you can really torque it out of the corners, you can run that high gear, but if you want to run the gear longer, the bike will rev out. So like first impressions, like coming on off the 350, I was like, I love the engine. I think the engine was really cool. I could flick the bike around pretty good. I just didn't have a ton of confidence coming into the turn, but I feel like that was more of just a KTM thing. I just feel like these bikes, none of the 3 bikes I had much feel coming into the turns. And then went on to the 250 did some lap times and stuff, and 250 just felt like a toy. It was actually super fun to ride. It was probably almost the funnest bike of them all, because I could just throw it around, I could rev the thing, I could sort of place it where I wanted. But the 250 power still was a bit of an adjustment for me, because I was coming out of turns and I was like coming up to a jump and I'd go to smack the throttle at the end and it just didn't give that 450 pull that I'm used to, and then I'd just case the jump. So my lap times were a little bit off. I think I did a 54 and then jumped on the 350 And again, sort of like I just explained, it just had that little bit extra power. I definitely noticed the transfer once you got off the power though. Just that extra inertia in the engine, like definitely transferred a lot more weight on the front. So as you're coming into turns, you felt it heavier on the front end, and it was like twitching a little bit. It was blowing through the fork. But I still could put it in a rut, dump the clutch, get aggressive, and the bike could hold. It's not like a 450 where it'll rip out of your arms. You can get way more aggressive on it. And I was running the gears longer, which I really liked about the 350. And then jumped onto the 450 from there. And as soon as before I even actually got into my lap, I was just like riding through and just going brop, brop, just hitting the throttle a little bit, and I was like, holy hell, this thing's got a lot of power. I was talking to Jack up there and just saying like, I don't know if you're someone who doesn't get to ride that often if you want a 450, because you've still got plenty of power in that 350, so you can torque it if you don't want to be aggressive out of turns, but it's not going to rip out of your hands like a 450. Like you could definitely get in a lot more trouble on a 450, I feel like. So just having that whole range, like 250, if you want to just throw something around and get aggressive, it's sick for that. The 350 is sort of a good all-rounder, and then the 450s if you're someone like me and really enjoy that hit. So yeah, thanks to Brisbane Motorcycles, and those boys, like we were doing a video with them as well today, so make sure you go over and check that out. Thinking I'd like to do a back-to-back with the Honda and the KTM. A little bit unfair obviously because full stock suspension and stuff like that, but it'd still give you that basic feel. I can sort of pick and choose, see what I like out of each bike, and then ultimately make a decision leading into next year what I want to do. But yeah, hope you've enjoyed it. Gonna do the whole like and subscribe thing because I never do it, and I know it does actually make a difference. So if you can do that, that's awesome. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one. We'll be doing way more. Cheers.